Hello everybody, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to the twitch.tv/speedrun stream for today, March 3rd, and we've got quite the lineup today with matches in Mario 64, Mario Odyssey, Celeste, and Mario Kart Double Dash, so pretty chock-full day, and we're going to be starting off with a fantastic Division 1 70-star match, and it's going to be between Benji and Heisenburger. And this one's a particularly interesting match because Benji is right outside of that top 8, which you do need to make playoffs. But he's gotten a lot of opportunities to win points and hasn't been able to convert. But Heisenberger's having a really tough time in the league so far. And with the way Benji's been playing recently, you got to give him the edge. And if he can win this game, that would be huge in the standings. He'd jump up quite a few places. Or he'd at least get into like 6th or 7th with a win here today. He's at 141 points. Ouija is at 180. So a 40-point win would be up to 6th place for Benji. But Heisenberger, on the other hand, he's kind of sitting dead last, and he's really looking for his first win of the season. And Benji might look like a prime target. So will this be his day? It's hard to tell, but so far I think like Benji still has the advantage, but Heisenberger's yet to really show his full potential in the league. He's also more of a 120-star runner, where Benji does focus more on 70. So that kind of plays a part in it, because Heisenberger's mainly focused on being consistent, not going for as ambitious of strats, and, you know, not having to do things like lava boost, wedge I rolled 100 coin with secrets. There's only a couple of things in 70, but it's just worth mentioning that even though he does have a 49, it doesn't mean he's as familiar with it as Benji is, at least in form right now, because Benji's definitely playing really well, and he recently got a 49.20, which is his current PB. Heisenberg has a 49.50, so a pretty small PB gap, both in the 49 range, but Benji's definitely looking to get up in like the 48 range in the near future. Now coming out of the intro, Heisenberger and Benji going for lag 2 skip. And Benji's on the Japanese version, losing about 3 seconds here, although he is done with the intro a bit sooner. We gotta see if Heisenberger can lock down this bomb clip, because at the beginning of the season he had quite a few issues with being nervous and kind of slipping up on his control, unable to press B at the correct time. But I think he's gotten it under control, and this is really what you want to see to set the tone for a good race. So we'll see if he can nail this bomb clip. And Benji, you know, I have no doubt, but at the same time, there is always the outside chance you could screw it up, because as with anything in this game, it's never guaranteed. And Benji, that's a nice one, hitting straight through the cage. And Heisenberger also with a big bomb. Nice ground pound onto that star, and also maybe a little bit of a more optimal angle, but not really much of a time difference between the two. And it's going to be a Womps 9 for Benji, going for the side first, and Heisenberger as well. I think a couple people just go straight to Womps, but it is pretty much a free second, unless you talk to the upstairs door or you bong. Alright, so prediction. Pat, let's see what you got. I'm going to say a 12-8 for both. That's like the easiest cop-out answer you could probably give. There's 12-6 for Benji. And 12-8 for Heisenberger, so Benji actually flexing a little bit on the side game. You know, obviously the side points are about a million real league points, so, you know, winning is a lot less important than getting good slide time. Obviously I'm joking, but kind of want to point that out. Anyway, Womps, Big Bop, one of the 3 hardest, like, complete stages. I'd say maybe Womps, CTC, TTM, or Rainbow Ride. Kind of the scary ones. Because you do have to get every star in Womps, and both starting out with the cannon list, and Benji gonna get it with that ledge grab setup, and Heisenberger gonna take it as well, going for consistency. But it's not even gonna work for Heisen. This is a big mistake here early on. Cannonless is just one of those tricks where you'll never be 100% no matter what you try to do. Although, I have to kind of evangelize tab vision a little bit. Nice little Mario Cam see down as you fall off the plank actually gives you a better shot of grabbing the star in most cases, so I think people should just do that as a matter of habit. Doing the downside, but benjii, even bigger mistake here, missing Alice and falling all the way down as he go all the way back up the ramp here. This is a big time loss, upwards of 10 seconds, and Heisenberger trying to get the second try canonless. Will he get it? benjii, alright, Alice, this one looks good, and he's going to get in there and get a nice ground pound. Heisenberger taking canonless down, so 4 stars each, tied up. But I would say benjii might still be a second or two in the lead, but mainly held by the Japanese intro. We'll actually see a big time difference between the stages in terms of versions, namely the Womp King, but some 100 coin text, like benjii's gonna see here. Some, I guess we got the 3-star text already, but also the 8-star text. Always favors English version a little bit. Alright, benjii, nice movement here to catch this fast cycle. Not the ambitious 100 coin route getting the extra line of 5, but at the same time, it's really not worth it in a race unless you're 100% confident like your cheese, and you just do that no matter what. Heisenberger also taking the same route. I think this is like the best race viable strat, and benjii with a bonk coming out here at the end, really struggling to get this coin. This is definitely the hardest part of the star, is just wrapping up the islands well. So benjii actually giving Heisenberger a substantial window here to catch up on 100 coin. Alright, Heisenberger a bit slow on the islands, but making sure to collect every single coin and getting the kick onto the red first try, because you don't have that much room for error, because you have to pretty much kick back to right underneath the island. It's above the swamp. So good to see Heisenberger saving some time here over benjii. So we'll see if benjii can collect its wild blue star before Heisenberger can collect the 100 coin star. Are they synced? Heisenberger with like a 1-frame lead. Let's go. 2 stars remaining in Womps, but you can only assume that Heisenberger's lead will extend just a little bit if they play the stars identically, which is not too difficult to do, since there's nothing really too crazy coming up here left in Womps. The hard stuff's over, but there's always an opportunity. See benjii actually getting slightly faster move into the Womp King. We're also stumbling on the text, which could have saved him some more time than it actually did. You saw that the steps just ate his triple jump, which can happen. That's just one of the quirks of Mario 64 geometry that we all love to hate. But even with that slightly faster execution from benjii, Heisenberger is still going to maintain his 0.1 lead. And the last star in the stage, top of the fortress. Heisenberger and benjii going to be going for a fence clip here. And Heisenberger getting that triple jump. Wow, benjii a little bit quicker on the kick. And we're almost seeing a mirror image here. And wow, benjii even faster on the ending. You can see the... Wow, let's get some GSA syncs in the chat there. That was actually ridiculous. The perfect synchronization after Womps. I think at this point they are actually tied, because Japanese has pretty much lost its time save from the beginning. Could be wrong though, it's probably not yet. Heisenberger definitely close to benjii. Wow, Heisenberger actually clipped the ledge. Not a big issue, but benjii might be able to save a couple more attempts on the slide here. Slide game on point, another 12-6 for benjii. Actually has put him in the lead here over Heisenberger. That was a really quick ending for the star. Heisenberger not losing any time to benjii in that department. But wow, we are really neck and neck, and we're only about 8 minutes in, but just the fact these runners have really only made one mistake and have been playing right on each other's tail the whole time is really remarkable. And we're gonna have to see how they'll do the rest of the lobby, because there's a few difficult things, but not quite as hard as Womps. See, benjii actually saving a little bit of time on the flying for wing cap. You can tell by the quality of his arcs there, but Heisenberger not losing too much time to the ending. So benjii actually pulling ahead by about a second. Very nice to see both of them getting all the coins properly, not having to double back for the first twins. Okay, now in Dark Road, you've got the very well practiced, well-oiled machine that is Shig Cycle. Both runners certainly going to be going for it here. It's not very difficult to make at all. You can actually get over the... Like, you can also go a complete elevator cycle later and still make Shig. And that's what Heisenberger might have to do here. Maybe not even make Shig anymore, though, with that mistake and a ledge grab. Normal cycle is on the cards here. benjii definitely starting back into the lead. Or even farther in the lead now. If he can get... Heisenberger really struggling on these fences. Not even making normal cycle either. And that's actually a surprising amount of time lost in Dark World for a very experienced runner. But benjii's looking very fluid. And no issues here in Dark World at all. This is actually quite a decent run. Only mistake was on Owlus. He actually had to fall down. But he actually fell down the whole slope and had to go back up. So nice beginning for benjii. Gonna be a low 10-minute time. We're thinking like a 10-10. 10:08. So Heisenberger going to be staying really competitive here. This is what you like to see. No big leads taking shape early on in the game. And both runners are going to be still having to play at their full potential. So benjii coming in the sky jump. Heisenberger about to join him. And this is Star, which, like the wing cap, involves flying, which no matter which way you slice it is always going to teach you a little bit differently every time. And there's certain things you can do to practice and optimize your flying, but it'll never be exactly the same. We'll see if benjii can have some good flights here. On the Japanese version, can go for a very ambitious dive fence clip, because if you do, you'll get a terrible camera glitch that makes the star nearly impossible to do properly. Heisenberger not going to go for a very ambitious fence clip either, but basically it'll let you conserve your speed as you go up the hill. You need only 3 kicks pretty much to get to the very top. But it's no really trouble at all for either of them to get the start properly, but you can see that the flying wasn't as fast as it could have been. And CSIM is another stage where you don't expect to see many things happen in terms of large mistakes, although that penguin has been giving us a surprising amount of issues. So I don't know if they will go for CCM 18. I think Heisenberger does 17. But it'll be interesting to see if any of them do want to race the penguin and risk a colossal mistake like that, especially when the race is so close. You really don't want to see anything more than like 10 seconds happen, but man, that penguin will lose you up to a minute. So Heisenberger just taking care of a little penguin lost. benjii a little bit behind him. We'll see if Heisenberger wants to go for slip sliding away standalone or just wall kicks will work and then 100 coin. Okay, it is going to be a CCM 17 for Heisenberger. Missing the first red, he's going to have to go back and get the safety red at the bottom of the hill, which is a better decision than doubling back to get it off of the tree, because it's just going to waste a couple more seconds that you don't really need to spend when there's another red right by the warp. So Heisenberger's just going to hop on over here. Wait. Is he going to get his red back? Or is he just going to get another one at the end? So after the slide, Heisenberger's going to have to go get the coin by the warp to spawn the star. I'm pretty sure. And benjii declaring a CCM 18 intent, and the penguin race is now looming. You know, a lot of people will say CCM 17 is a better race route. And the way things have gone in the league so far, I'm kind of inclined to agree. But if you can get the race without any issues, then you're really on for a comfy single plus HMC late route, which is very nice and race friendly after that. So it really depends if you're not scared of the penguin. And benjii gonna grab that safety rate. I think that's a good decision, because the penguin can actually body out of a couple coins on the slide, which means that sometimes if you only have one coin to miss, it might kind of bite you in the butt. Heisenburger bonking on wall kicks will work. Gonna have to get back up here. That's not even gonna work for a wall kick, man. Not really following the name of the star too well. Although I'm pretty sure that joke gets made every time the star comes around. Everyone's always gonna say wall kicks will work, but obviously not so well for Heisenburger there. And benjii actually have to miss 3 coins at the end of the slide in order to not spawn the star too early and have to kick back up the slope. You can make it with a 101 coin long jump, or basically spawning the star in the second to last coin. But any more than that, you have to either do a triple jump dive or jump and kick backwards. But now, Heisenburger in BBH, we're not going to really see how the routes converge until about 40 minutes into the run when they get up to Tippy. So we'll kind of see how the individual pace goes for both of them, knowing that they're about tied, with benjii maybe like 10 seconds ahead. Alright, Heisen, nice long jump kill. I think he's actually picked that up recently because in the match I've seen previously, I think he just went for the punch. Maybe he usually does it in runs, but was feeling a bit hesitant in a race to use that strat because you have a bigger chance of A, hitting the boo, falling off the balcony. And just the second star for Heisenburger, not really anything to comment on. Just a quick hop, skip, and a jump, and you're done. So now I can get out of the spooky courtyard and down to the actual scary part of the run, which is of course shifting sandland, and then to a lesser extent lethal lava lane, but then Fire Sea, the big boy, probably the most pivotal thing in the run, unless you want to say TTC 100. Here we go, first Snips grab for Heisenburger. Nice punch. Gonna snag that bunny. Not let him get anywhere. Pretty swaggy. And gonna save about a second as well with that picker grab. Now benjii on Japanese version will have a faster MIPS. So we'll see if he wants to go for a punch grab here. Heisenburger big bomb. Well, is he actually going for a Tama Plus, or did he just jump dive too late? It's hard to tell. I'm pretty sure just a late jump dive, because you want to do it like right as you're on the peak of the hill. So Heisenburger actually going to go for Talons as a backup. Gonna have to wait for the bird just a little bit. It's not here yet, but bopping the Klepto and getting the star. So to break that one down for Plus, you usually want to do a jump dive right as you get over the peak. But if your jump dive doesn't have enough height... Oh, benjii going for Tama Plus. Let's see what he's got. Nice glitchy double jump. That angle is going to work as well. Trying to correct his angle there. Not the smoothest, but he's definitely in there and saving quite a bit of time over Heisenburger. Excellent play from benjii. And Heisenburger getting his big bomb plus second try. And that's what he's looking for. This is the exact angle that you want, although he clipped the fence. But able to save it, not popping his balloon, so to speak. But fall is shame! Shame, 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 shame. Just kidding. But always just a funny time loss. You just have to watch him fall all the way down there to pretty much where you go for topless. There we go. benjii can be extending his lead just a little bit here. We can assume that Heisenburger's probably lost about 10 seconds in SSL due to the Talons backup, and also, I mean, A, not doing Tama Plus, but B, getting Fall of Shame. benjii gonna soar a little bit farther into the lead, and even though Heisenburger, oh, another bonk. Even though Heisenburger took one less star in Cool Mountain, benjii's pretty close behind him. Okay, Heisenburger can't break this wing cap box. Alright, you can at least do the long jump backup strat, although you usually want to jump dive after. So, yeah, a bit more time loss here. Heisenburger probably lost another 5 seconds to that star. benjii gonna start out with reds. It's a pretty cool strat to do fast, but obviously not that difficult, and doesn't save much time if over the easy long jumps. But, I mean, if you can do it, do it. Heisenberger probably going to go for the long jumps. Nope. Jump dives. That's what you like to see. So, Lava Land, not super lethal yet. It's more when you get in the volcano, you know, out of the frying pan, into the fire. This is what you got to be afraid of. It's wow, Benji going for the elevator tour first. This is actually a very questionable decision. If you mess up Lava Boost, you can't use this as a backup anymore. So Benji's really committed to getting his Lava Boost first try without any hiccups. Or he's gonna have to like literally go up the volcano. Wow, Heisenberger having trouble with this big bully. Alright, able to get on the backup kick, but losing a couple more seconds here and there. Benji just able to extend his lead with better execution. So this Lava Boost is really key. Watch him closely. If he messes up, not to curse it, but that'll be pretty bad. What Lava Boost will he go for? Alright, going for the safe long jump method. This one is very lenient, and he's got it. So my fears have been allayed. As you're gonna grab that star, no problemo. Okay, see, it's like Heisenberger's not playing terribly. You know, he's not making any drastic mistakes, but just little things where you lost a couple seconds to this star and to that star. It's gonna add up just a little bit. And Benji, see, a very smooth wing cap. That's gonna be like a 12-5 or better. Where Heisenberger probably got like a 16. Right. So Heisenberger finally gonna challenge the volcano. Also going for elevator tour first. I'm really not a fan of this. He's also a 120 star runner, which means one, he's not very comfortable with Lava Boost, and I believe he actually goes for triple jump, which is the slowest Lava Boost method. It is generally the safest, but honestly Benji's long jump method is still pretty safe, and most people will do this successfully in runs. But we're gonna have to see. Watch him closely now as Benji enters for his last star, which I think is bullies. Alright, Heisenberg going for triple jump. Setting up the camera. Alright, that one looks good. First burn, second burn. Alright, landing on the bridge. That's why I really don't like watching that one, because you don't know exactly how it's gonna end. Or like, I don't know from watching Mario so high up in the air if he's actually gonna land on the bridge or not. But Heisenberger at least knows what he's doing. What? Where are you going? Okay. Benji, DDD, Heisenberger, HMC, probably a little bit easier. Oh my god, Heisenberger's fall out from his emergency exit, and that's a death! Wow! Terrible execution of that wall kick, and that just hurts to see because the wall kick angle, you actually have to have a near 45-degree angle to make it up on the platform smoothly. But with the way he did it, I think he got a firstie as well. You just can't get yourself back to where you need to be, and Heisenberg actually going to take a very brief death, but a death nonetheless on a star that really shouldn't give you too many problems. Toxic Maze coming out. At least he knows what he's doing. Good maze clip and movement here in these rooms. So Heisenberger's definitely up to date on this star. Wow, that's the first death of the run, I believe. And you hate to see it come out of Heisenberger in that fashion, but at least it's probably one of the cheapest deaths that you can take. You can shrug that one right off, say, yeah, that one didn't matter. That was only a couple seconds, and to be honest, I didn't do anything wrong. I just got a bad frame wall kick. So, Heisenberger looking to recover here in Hazy Maze Cave. Got about 4 stars left to do. It's pretty long, or it's a pretty compact stage. A lot of stars in a short span of time. And that's just the first one. Box jump going to be coming out. Usually this is the hardest star. I don't know if Toxic Maze would be considered more difficult. Probably, yeah. So Heisenberger wants to get that one out of the way. And box jump looking pretty clean. I would say in HMC, compared to 120 star, this is a pretty comfy stage. And the 100 coin and 120 star is really Like, you can't underestimate that star at all. It's so difficult, but so complex in its different movements and everything you gotta do, including some RNG. Oh, Heisenberger jumping straight into that star. Not necessarily the fastest way to go about it, but, you know, he's still moving along. At least we didn't see a meltdown following that first death. And Benji. Moment of truth. Ranger forged in the Fire Sea, and Benji's gonna have to cook up something good here. And Lava Boost early Ellies will save quite a bit of time over a normal cycle. So if he doesn't get it, Heisenberg will be able to get right back in the lead and pretty much negate the time loss from his death. Alright, Benji, staying in seat, I'm going to be needing some lag. You got to really time your jumps here and not get a firstie. So Benji, at least knowing the timing here, not reducing the lag. So, he's okay, actually reducing the lag midway through the cage. He's still on pace for Lava Boost here. Let's see what he's got. Fourth red sandwich is good. Right up to the pole, that was beautiful. He's definitely on pace for it now. And out of the elevator shaft, that's the hard part done. Just got to get around this bully, no problem. And Benji on Lava Boost pace by a good bit. Now it's up to the ending. Now will he go for the rollout over the 7th round? I really like this strat, and Benji's going to go for it as well. You can also avoid the amp completely with this strategy. Has to do an off angle for this long jump and able to get it perfectly. Amazing analog control from Benji. Going to nail that Fire Sea. And honestly, kind of put Heisenberger in the dust. He's really got to match that if he wants to compete upstairs. Because Heisenberger is just finishing HMC now. So holding DD behind, Benji's probably put himself 30 seconds in the lead. And not only that, Heisenberger's going to have to contend with a excellent Fire Sea from the young up-and-comer. Half synth though for Benji, he likes to go for this in races to, like, it's a safety measure pretty much, so that you'll never throw him off the edge. But also, like, Zion will go for it too. You pretty much will never hit it, but you're welcome to try, and maybe one day you'll be such like an Aki spinner that you could actually do it. I don't even know if Aki can hit it on a half spin. I think in his world record he just did the normal throw. Alright, Heisenberger taking care of his first star in Dire Docks, but not much to report. Just some smooth swimming. I think this is an area where he can make up just a little bit of time over Benji with that 120 star experience, where you basically have to focus on your swimming a lot more, get that rhythm down, get the lag reductions down, and really maximize your swimming abilities. So Benji, Wedge Out 100, you really don't want to sleep on this start either. You go right from Fire Sea into Wet Dry World, you think, well, you know, I got the hard part done, but actually this star will really ruin your day as well. This Skeeter is not being very friendly. Ben's got to get these coins to get back to the blue coins before they disappear. Alright, he's got it just fine. I'm also staying in Mario Cam. I don't know if I really agree with this camera work, but I guess it works for him. Will he go back to Lag 2 here? Nope, just staying in Mario Cam the whole time. Okay, there you go, Lag 2 cam switch. That's very interesting. You usually don't see people use it past the very beginning of the star if they go for double box kick. Okay, Benji, pretty solid movement here to get the 4th and 5th secrets. This is very good. Also has a spare coin, so he doesn't have to worry about the chuck it positioning so much as if he only had 90 coins at this position. So you can just leave that one behind and slide right to the end. Gonna grab the whole row. And that was a really solid 100 coin. You know, Wedge Dry World, you can really lose some time without knowing it at all. Like, for instance, Tago's gold is a 325. I believe Alco and Cheese have 325, or maybe Cheese has 326. But honestly, if you're not doing triple jump wall kicks, a 330 something is still solid. If you get like a low 330s, that's still like a really good Wet Dry World. Unless you're going for world record though, of course. So Benji not going for these triple jump wall kicks. I didn't think he would, but you usually want to point that out anyway, because you can flex if you want. Save about 4 seconds between them, about A little over 2 for this one, and a little over 1 for top of the town. But Heisenberger's on for a sick lava boost. And this is really what you want to see now. This is so important for him. Grabbing that 6th red coin. But not the side flip! No, Heisenberger! His dreams have been dashed. Can he at least make the early cycle? Yes. Okay. If he had bonked, that would have been extraordinarily tragic. But man, this is not going to be the best movement here. He could have really broken even, but at this point he's losing about 10 seconds. But at least it's still an early cycle and a decent ending. So I think he can live with that. Benji kind of extending his lead ever since... Well, what was it really? They were pretty much tied until SSL. We'll see Heisenberger finish up Fire Sea at the same time that Benji finishes up Wet Dry World, so that's about like a 3.5 minute gap. But if you say HMC is... Wait, without HMC late, it's not very long, but it's still probably about 3 minutes. So Benji at least 30 seconds in the lead. And we'll have to see later on in the run, because Talking Maze, I'd have to do the math. Alright, THI Secret's getting stuck on the... I guess just the merchants from the water, and bonking here on the triple jump dive. Heisenberg can make up some time here when he gets there later on. And Benji also sliding, almost fell off this second level of the island, but able to get a solid ending with the mountain clip. It's not really the best THI secrets, but that's kind of the star that... Heisenberg going for double boxing. This is a slight optimization over Benji. You can see him do a martyr cam setup here and really clean on the double boxing as well. Good RNG. Not going for it on the second box, which can be a bit faster but a bit harder to do optimally. Feed is a bit frozen for me. I'm sure it'll snap back in just a second. And Benji going for tip top of the huge island here, entering the pipe. Going for this movement up the mountain in this way, which you don't see too often. A lot of people go for the mountain clip, but it is the fastest non-mountain clip version, although you can get a pretty identical time going around by the Chukya. Does have his extra coin. So really nice to see. Usually you'll lose it in the first area with the boxes, skeeters. Like the boxes you actually have to punch, not the actual 10-coin boxes. What? Roll out from Heisenberger, really flexing on that one. That's a really nice backup. I actually had no idea that the rollout would make it that far. So Heisenberger showing me a few new things today. And in the meantime, Benji is wrapping up that tiny, huge island. Still a pretty solid run for him. Not too many big mistakes. And with that Fire Seed, this is actually a really solid pace. Definitely able to get a 49 with this. But TTM is where runs go to die. I'm sorry. It's not even Tippy. You have to get through TTM to get to Tippy. And the thing about it is that every single star has some kind of hazard. Even the easier ones, if you don't go for breezes, you have two pretty easy ones, the box star and the breeze, are still dangerous. Okay, Heisenberg's got to recorrect his angle to get up here. No problem. And Benji getting his first log wall kick. Okay, so Heisenberger taking care of probably the hardest individual star in Wet Dry World. And Benji doing, I would say Reds is the hardest to do well, but if you aren't going for a very difficult red strat, then you really have to focus on these mountain clip log wall kick stars, because I mean, you could fail the mountain clip or the log wall kick and lose plenty of time, and then the endings aren't too easy either, although they are a lot more straightforward than Reds. So Benji, nice second log wall kick, and what a backup that was! I don't know what happened there, but he seemed to commit too early to his triple jump and actually not enough height to get onto the slope. But good ending. Heisenburger, last star in the stage. Kind of see how they match up here, although I can't really say what the lead is. benjii, not going for breezes, okay. Also, pretty high breeze. You can kind of avoid that if you pull out of the breezes just a little bit sooner. benjii gonna lose about a second there to extra air time. But the real important thing is that A, you don't die, because the chuck here could throw you off, or you could get the like fence clip death. Well, that is quite rare. And just getting the correct turn angle. So benjii, no problem. I thought he was gonna go for the speaking double jump dive. That's usually what people do if they use that Mario camera setup. But these are the safest reds I've ever seen. benjii going for some casual jumps over the red coins and actually sliding right into Monty Mole's DMs. Yeah, not too happy about that. Trying to slide out as fast as possible. Also, not really sure what he's going for this side of the ball. Okay, these coin bases are not easy by a long shot. benjii just taking a few seconds time loss here, although it's not too terrible. You know, Heisenberg is looking for any opportunity that he can get. And I think his THI has been better than benjii's overall. Alright, box start, and this should be the last one for the young lad. Oh, and he's dead! That's a colossal death! The first one he's had of the run. Wow, TTM really has his number today. That's a very rare death. It's not actually as colossal, I don't know why I said that, but it's a very surprising death, honestly. I'm shocked to see this star be the one to cost him a life. It really is just a camera lineup. Heisenberg going for the mountain clip. I guess he wasn't done with THI. Wow. I don't know if I've ever even seen any deaths on the box star in the league so far. There might have been, at least I just didn't commentate that particular match. benjii, nice snowman's head. Bouncing back strong though. Really what you like to see, some mental resilience. Kind of springing back like a tree in the wind. Just not going to fall over and die. Using camera for deep freeze. Kind of changing it midway through, but you got Heisenberg and TTM, definitely a player to watch right now where he can really make up the most time. This is the best opportunity he's had the whole run with benjii taking that death. Heisenberger not sure which star he wants to go for, actually deciding to save himself with the ledge. Losing about 5 seconds there, but at least he hasn't fallen down and made a significantly larger mistake, because that's exactly what would happen, or exactly what happened to benjii, so he can still make up a lot of time. Probably about 20 seconds total. A smoother mountain clip for Heisenberger and taking a lot less time to get out of the water. Triple jump is on point. Let's see the ending. Okay, awkward angle, but still a bit better. Keeping pace with benjii. Now, we'll see if he goes for breezes. I don't think so. But what he also does, which, I mean, not everyone does, but he also will do that speed kick double jump dive onto the first mushroom. Save about 0.2, 0.3. Reading the sign. Wow. He's going for the box. This is the kind of old school camera setup. Maybe touching the sign kind of psyched him out, because if he was going for reds and then decided, actually no, I just want to go for the box. I don't like this. Meantime, benjii down in the basement again, catching Mips for the second time. You know, Mips will just kind of complain about his tea party, but I don't know why you want to have it in a basement looking like this. Heisenberg also not doing his speaking double jump type to the reds. Kind of letting me down. But, I mean, you do what you gotta do. And this is still a much better res than benjii. Side flip wall kick, that's really nice for benjii. Maybe not the like 23 level star execution, but definitely saving so much time over benjii when you saw what happened to him, like pretty much doing single jumps over the mushrooms and also getting caught up in the maze. And Heisenberger's really dealt with the two big time killers for benjii. So now it's just for Breeze, or just the Breeze Star. And that's a much better quick turn. Wow, Heisenberger really solid TTM. I mean, Breathing View from Bridge wasn't solid, but the rest was. And this is actually great. You can see the star count a bit closer than it was before. Entering Snowman's Land will probably be only about 30 seconds behind benjii or less. I don't think he's in the lead. But this is still definitely doable for him coming up to Tippy. And either way, definitely poised to either... Okay, Bad Snowman's Head gonna go for Deep Freeze, so yeah, don't want to speak too soon. This is a very difficult star despite it being a short stage. This is the one star in that stage, which will actually be a major difficulty. He's also got to do SL Reds, which is fairly standard. It's not exceptionally difficult, but at the beginning, you can lose some time going for the double speed kick strat if you mess it up. Alright, second try with Snowman's Head. Heisenberger, nice slide into the wall kick. But falling down after the fact at the very last moment. He's got to reset the camera for this one. Alright, he's got it, but man, really unfortunate from Heisenberger. Like, he was all the way up and then got knocked all the way down yet again. Not able to find his footing on the Snowman's Head. Right now we're going to see him go for SL Reds. Ooh, no speed kick. So actually good backup knowledge to just know that the spacing he needs is just going to be with these dives. Oh wow, benjii having some trouble in HMC. Going for the box jump, going to go for emergency exit instead. So that's his backup used. Yeah, okay, Heisenberger not getting his speed kick or double speed kick strat either time. It is... Okay, this is actually worse for Heisenberger. Gotta avoid these spin gifs now. Gonna take the safe method. And that really sucks because that speedy double jump dive will save a little bit of time. That's a nice optimization, especially if you're doing both SL Reds and World from the Freezing Pond. So, Heisenberger not getting any of that time save and actually taking a bit more of a time loss. And we see benjii now in Tippy is actually the true lead, entering Rimble right at a 41:20, and Heisenberg is probably going to be over a minute behind. But this is still doable. Okay, benjii, good tricky triangles. I mean, the most difficult part is the wall kick, triple jump wall kick into the long jump to the ledge grab. But the actual triangle maze is something that it's hard to do fast, but it's not the thing you're gonna die doing. Usually. Obviously, you can die on pretty much any star in this entire game, but that's for another day. Actually bounce for benjii now. I think this one looks good. Actually right where he wants it to be. And benjii gonna have to spam the pull. Can't get it past the pause buffer. Good awareness for benjii there. You really gotta be actually fast to grab the pull if you don't get it first try. But, you know, way to close out that cruiser star. benjii's not giving Heisenberger any openings yet, but Heisenberger is finally into the stage about a minute 10 behind. And this is, honestly, you might say that's a lot of time. But in Tippy, okay, Heisenberger actually taking a quick death, going to be extending that to almost a minute 30, maybe like a minute 25 lead for benjii. But yeah, this is not over. We've seen people lose like 3 minutes in Tippy. Whether it's in... Okay, Heisenberger actually a second death! This is the worst case scenario when you get up here. You want to start off well, and Heisenberger taking about 30 seconds of time loss right at the beginning, not giving fans much hope. He's got to pull it together right here, right now. This wall kick is everything. Can he get it? Yes, he does. Or yes, he can, and this lag 2 bounce has to continue to go well. Otherwise, he's not going to have many more chances left in the run. And much faster pull grab, at least, saving some time there. But the damage has been done, kind of losing about 30 seconds to these 2 deaths. And benjii kind of sweeping Rainbow Ride, honestly, having no signs of difficulty at all. I'd say he's still on 49 pace, going into TikTok clock, which is going to be about like 6 minutes till the end, I would say, so definitely able to get a 49. And Heisenburger, it's still just not going so well. He had an opportunity here against benjii, although we don't know if benjii's going to make any more mistakes than Tippy. But when he was first going for 49, TikTok clock would give him all sorts of grief, lost many good pace runs until finally getting it a few months ago. Alright, 100 coin is definitely the biggest and most difficult start in the stage, and arguably the run, but benjii is kind of going slow and steady through this one, getting the right angles and getting all the coins at every step of the way. Alright, having to reset in the cage for this double jump wall kick. But honestly, this is what you want to see from benjii. He's playing rock solid. This is the kind of player who wants to make playoffs and go far in the league. He got 3rd place in our December tournament, but in the league, he has had kind of a rough go of it despite his growing skill level. He's really... Twin would put him up in 6th place if he's able to do it. And benjii having so much trouble trying to finish off the ending of this star. The backflip is not the angle he's looking for. Alright, finally able to get it done. And Heisenburger wrapping up Rainbow Ride. She's just going to be a whole TDC 100 behind, which is still not over. Alright, benjii going for time jumps on moving bars. Very interesting to see using this time stop. Well, this would be a backup for a time moving start if you missed it. So benjii, just like with Lava Boost after the elevators, benjii showing some real confidence in getting the stars when he needs to get the first time around. So it could come back to bite him here, which would open a pretty big window for Heisenburger, who's also making good progress in 100 coin. He doesn't have that much time to save it for benjii. He didn't make any big mistakes, but could save a little bit on the ending, where benjii couldn't get up to the 2nd star with Stomp on the Flop. benjii get a hand, successful. Heisenburger a bit unsuccessful getting in the cage, but just a few minor time losses here in TikTok clock. Second here, second there, another bonk. So it is kind of a long, drawn-out crumbling from Heisenburger, although it's not over until it is completely and definitively over, because you still have Bowser in the sky after all of this. benjii's got 2 more stars, and then Toad. Heisenburger's still finishing. I mean, Heisenburger's just finished his 100 coin. He's still got like 5 stars to go. So definitely at least 2 minutes behind. Oh, no. At least a minute and a half behind. benjii also doing the bottom up ice cream cone. Pity disapproves. Wherever you are out there. Gotta lay down the law here. You gotta do pendulums before rolling the cage and get a hand. Or at least before get a hand. Get a hand should always be your last one, but what do I know? Okay, benjii, final start in TikTok clock, and believe it or not, he's still on 49 pace. This would be a huge success for him mentally after having such a devastating loss in his race 2 weeks ago. Feeling so crushed that he had to step away from the game for a week just to kind of get his mentality back. And then he's come back, he's been practicing, he's been doing some runs, getting back into the swing of things. And to knock out a 49 in his first race would be extraordinary. Remember, his PB is the 49.20, but that would still be about, or I mean, it would be less than 40 seconds off. And the final stair ascent. These are amazing stairs from Benji. Oh my god, that was completely dustless. He is a man on a mission. He wants the 49. He's going to do everything he can to get it. Speed kick, double jump. But he's actually going to lose the cycle going for the safe double jump dive, which he is known to do. He has to have pretty much a perfect bits and throws to get it. Alright, what walk will he go for? It's gotta be time moving. It's moving. Oh, no. Okay, Benji kind of saying goodbye to 49, I think. But knows he's in the lead and really wants to secure the win and these points because he wants to get back into the playoff contention. As I said before, he'll be in 6th place, bopping everyone up to Ouija. So this would be a very important win for him in the course of the league. And not able to get a 49 anymore, but a low 50 on the cards, on the table. And Heisenberger kind of looking to get a 51. Alright, throws for Benji. First one right on the money. I think Benji's actually pretty good at throws. I think he's gonna just knock these ones out. And that's the second one. Ooh, barely getting it done. And that's the third. Benji gonna take the win. And finally getting some of the points that he really needs to move on in the league. And Heisenberger, unfortunately, just taking another defeat. And honestly, he's been close a few times, but I think it's in the mid game. He just kind of gets stuck, not able to keep up with most of the other runners. So we'll see if he can bounce back here. But like a 51 would still be a good time. He's definitely capable of getting it. And no interview for Benji. Just want to say GG. Congrats on the win. We'll see if Heisenberg can get some good points on the board. Okay. Jump dive. No! Oh my god. Wow. He tried to play it safe and everything, and the game just doesn't want him to have a good run at all. Heisenberg actually well known for just ridiculously unfortunate failures. Kind of like Wilco, but Wilco more of like in the process of trying to get a 149. We'll see if Heisenberg wants to wrap this up. Definitely can get like a low-ish 52. And every point matters, so will he go for chip jump wall kick? Moving left side, or stationary left side. Wow, that just sucks. That's an absolutely, like, you have to land on the farthest left pixel, and you'll get kind of this glitchy behavior where you just can't wall kick, you can't do anything. You just fall. Hello, Milo in the chat. Heisenberger can still get points if he finishes with like a 52. So, definitely don't want to give up.
Here we go!
Honestly, that's just a very solid run from Benji, at least for his skill level, where not everyone's going to be able to get, or some people will just get 49s all the time, and Punkay will get 48s, which is just nuts. But for Benji, I think this is really good. You want to get 49s, low 50s, that's right where you want to be. Okay, Heisenberger in the pipe. Can he get some points? It's going to be tough. You can't miss a throw. First one's good though. Interesting ground pound. I think if he gets any points, it'll be like 2. But I mean, better than nothing. Can he grab the tail though? And that's a whiff. I think that's gonna cost him any points that he could have won. But able to finish up with a low 53, get a GG. Yeah, Heisenberger definitely not too happy with that one. I think like a lot of his runs start off well and then they just kind of deteriorate in the mid game. Yeah, saying in Discord his run was half decent until like HMC. Or at least lobby was good. And Benji was on PB pace until that death in Tall Mountain. So, I'm not sure if we're going to get any interviews today. Oh yeah, there's going to be a ton more runs though. Like, I'll go through the schedule, although you'll kind of see it in the intermission. We've got, let's see, I think in Mario Kart, nope, Odyssey after this, and then Double Dash, then Celeste, and then some SM64 to round out your Sunday evening with the finale of benjii versus Toast Rider. That's actually just a fun match, not only for the skill of the runners, but just kind of for meme purposes. So I hope you guys will stick around. Hope you enjoyed this one. Benji's going to be taking home the max points and up to 6th place in the league. And with that, I'll catch you on the next one. Adios.